Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to Picking and Flipping. Seems last night that the algorithm really liked our short video on our giveaway for the bullet strap. So, we're at about 990 subscribers right now, which is 10 south of 1,000. Then we're going to have the announcement this one away. If you're a new subscriber and you're not quite sure what's going on and why this channel's giving stuff away, that's what I do here. But don't feel bad if you don't win this at 1,000, because at 1,500, we're giving this one away. This one's not quite ready to go yet, but we're gonna put it on the bench. We just picked it up, we got it shipped in from Detroit, Michigan, and we're making a video all about that one. So you're gonna see it real soon. Now, here's the video for the week.
How are you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Picking and Flipping. We're just taking a cruise outside here in the wind. What we got today for you is a pretty neat guitar that I picked up a few years ago. Been doing some research on it and I couldn't find anything out on it that was solid. What I did was I called up the guitarchaeology extraordinaire, Chris, up at Pinetop Jackson, and he's going to tell you all about this guitar. Take it away, Chris.
Hi guys, I'm Chris from Pinetop Jackson, coming to you from under the gray December skies of the Pacific Northwest. Today I have a story to talk about that comes from the desert. My friend Brian from Pickin' and Flippin' has this crazy guitar made by Hondo. Look at this thing. This is called the Sting. We're going to talk about it, and even though it's down in Arizona, you're going to get to hear it play. The Hondo Guitar Company was founded in 1969 in Fort Worth, Texas. The guitars were all contracted out to Samick and built in the city of Incheon, South Korea. There were a couple model lines that were built in Japan, but if you own a Hondo, you can be pretty certain it was made in Korea. The name Hondo was most likely taken from the John Wayne movie. Some have said that it came from the town of Hondo, Texas, but that town is 300 miles from Dallas-Fort Worth, and I just think it's more likely that they were searching for a patriotic American-sounding name. And what's more American than a John Wayne Western? Hondo started by making cheap acoustics, but really got rolling in the copy game. Of course they made copies of Fender and Gibson, but also Teisco, Dan Electro, Rickenbacker, BC Rich. Hondo has made well over 400 distinct models. In 1983, Honda started producing their own original designs. The first ones were the H1 and its companion, the H2. The H1 had a single humbucker and this wicked pointy headstock. The H2 had a pair of single coil pickups and a more subdued, almost Teisco looking headstock. The next year is when Brian's headless guitar was introduced. Check out this 1984 ad featuring Wonder Woman, model H795 the Sting. It was released with a companion guitar too, the model H797 UFO. And check this out, it was designed to look like it was cut out of the body of the Sting. This is bizarre, man. Look at the volume knob up on the top there, and it has the same headstock as the H1 from the year before. The Sting is of course a headless design. It has a maple set neck with rosewood fretboard, two 4.75-inch scale. The pickups are Hondo's X14 humbuckers, which were built to the same specs as the DiMarzio K10, which is itself pretty much the same as the DiMarzio Super 2. It has a three-way switch up here, volume and tone knobs on the lower bow, with the model named the Sting. The bridge was made by Schaller. It's called a Winomatic bridge with fine tuners. Here's Brian tuning the thing up with a clip-on tuner, but there's no headstock to clip it to, so he's got it attached to that lower horn there. It's brilliant. The Sting was available in three finishes, the red, black, and a two-tone metallic red-yellow finish. The Sting and its little companion, the UFO, came out in 1984, but I cannot seem to determine what year production ceased, how long they were available, or how many actual units were produced. If you look up Hondo the Sting guitar, you will eventually come across an internet rumor that I must address, and that is that there were only 50 of these guitars made. I want so bad to debunk this myth, but the info just is not available, and that fact is the exact reason why this rumor still rolls around today. Look, these were mass-produced guitars. They were not some special limited run. I'll grant that the extreme shape could be off-putting. The majority of the guitar buying population wasn't going to be buying it, even in the mid-80s. And so production numbers were very likely much less than, say, a Hondo Strat. But to say only 50 of these guitars were ever made, well, that doesn't sit well with me. That comes across like an online seller who takes advantage of the lack of available information and fabricates a statistic to justify charging much more for an item than what it's worth. The internet's a crazy place, man, but a schoolyard rumor can go global overnight. And so we have reverb sellers who saw this only 50 made and repeat it on their listings, and it perpetuates itself. And anyone who owns this guitar has incentive to believe the rumor. If someone says, hey man, that guitar you picked up is actually really rare and special and important, well, you want to believe that, right? Like I want to believe that I'm a beautiful and special snowflake, not just another brick in the wall. But all in all, we're all just bricks in the walls, right? I don't know where I'm going with this analogy, but I want to try to figure out where this only 50 made thing came from. Here's a reverb listing from 2018 that repeats it. There's only a couple current eBay listings for this Sting, but they do not try to say that only 50 were made. I have read it in a couple guitar blogs. Here's the oldest one I could find. This guy's blog post was written in April 2013. He's got that cool Wonder Woman ad, and he says here, this particular Sting is currently listed on eBay with a starting price of $900, unheard of for a Hondo, but as the eBay seller points out, only about 50 of these guitars were produced. So that is the first mention of the only 50 rumor I can come across, a reference to an eBay seller making the claim. I couldn't find any record of that listing, but here's one from December 2013, selling both the H795 and the H895 bass version for $1,600. Too bad there's no photos of the bare archive. Alright you guys, thanks for listening to my righteous rant. Here's Brian from Pickin' and Flippin' jamming on his headless Hondo. If you know anything about these weird guitars, have any solid proof on how many were made or how long they were produced, please let us know in the comments down below.
All right, Chris, thanks a lot for that guitarcheology. You got me a lot more than I had, so I really appreciate it. Y'all check out Chris's channel at Pinetop Jackson. It's just YouTube, Pinetop Jackson. Check him out, man. Give him a like and a subscribe. If you got any questions about a guitar you own, get a hold of him, because I have not found anybody better than him. Remember, that's our boy right there. What a team.